Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Just going to do a little quick weekend video on a subject I've been noticing even more keenly lately. You've probably, if you spend any time on social media or if you read comments, I go through other people's videos sometime and I just read comments just to kind of get an idea of how people think or what they're looking for, what they're asking, whatever. And one trend I found, and this is not just in the food world, but I'll talk about it as it's applied in our little area of the world, or our little niche. And that's just like people that seem to always be focusing on something they're against. Like they want to talk about the wrong way to do it, in their opinion, or they want to talk about how somebody's doing something wrong or how there's a better way. And I'm always, or they always want to debate. I see some people and they catch my eye sometimes because it's just like, damn, is that all this cat does? Is like they're just out on the internet cruising on that World Wide Web all day looking for a debate. Now I'm just not interested in that. And a lot of times, I don't know, I maybe think sometimes in whether it's on Facebook or in other social media platforms, I don't know, I think sometimes people think I'm annoyed, perturbed, or whatever, and I'm just disinterested. I'm not interested one bit, not one bit in any debate out there. I have, like I say, I waste a lot of time as it is. I'm not going to sit there and tell you I'm a busy person, but I waste so much time just doing little bullshit that I like to do that I ain't got time to sit out there and debate people. Quite honestly, I don't care how you eat. If you're eating vegan, even if you're a junk food vegan, that ain't none of my business. What you eat is never going to affect my body. Never, never, never. Not even 1% wise. So, I mean, it just doesn't serve me. That's plain and simple. Last night, I guess it kind of I got a little bit more aware of it last night because sometimes when I'm kind of floating around through the internet, I forget where I am and I just make a comment. Now, no, none of the comments, it wasn't like I made a rude comment and left it there. I didn't even make it. It was just a very innocuous comment. And of course, there were some hardcore people that came in there, and I saw that thread, I watched it for a little bit unfold, and I just saw the hardcores come in and pick this apart. By the way, sometimes online, I feel like, especially in the little places that I do go to every once in a while, or from various threads on Facebook, that both sides are fighting for my soul. The raw people are they're constantly chipping away. Anytime I'm in a thread, they'll pound you with that. Well, why aren't you eating raw? Why aren't you eating raw? It's got to be raw. It's better raw, better raw. I love raw. Or on the other side, sometimes you get the other ones, and they eat cooked vegan food, which I'm totally cool with. I'm eating cooked vegan food a bit while I'm in the States, and they have to sit on their side and talk about how stupid it is to be raw. You can't get what you need on being raw, blah, blah, blah. Me, like I say, it's focus for me, and I just had prefer to spend my time learning more about what actually applies to me, instead of getting involved with little dramas or whatever, because that's really what it boils down to. It's either drama or somebody just ain't got much of a life, because I don't know. It's just, it doesn't even really make any sense to me, unless you're just kind of lonely and you're sitting out in cyberland and you just need to kind of get some conversation going. Tell you a good little trick too, I think I've mentioned it before. Well, I've talked about the unfollow button if you have people you don't want to really pay much attention to or see what they're posting. But there's also another button if you get in there, sometimes I'll get involved in a thread that, okay, I'm and all of a sudden you start hearing that little ding, ping, 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 like I did last night. I made a comment somewhere. I didn't realize, it's not somebody that I normally comment on, and it was I started hearing that little ping, 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 and I didn't even pay attention to the comments. I was just okay, I didn't want to get involved in that active a thread. So what I do a lot of nights, and I actually do this to a lot of my own threads that I start at night, so I don't hear that ding during the night, is there's a little button on the most threads that you're involved in that you can click on, and it will drop down and it will say see no more notifications. So you won't receive any more notifications. So when people comment after that, I'm out of it. So, I mean, I think sometimes people think well, what an asshole, he's not answering or whatever. But there's another reason for that too, which I won't really get into too much right now, is I like to close the door. I've never understood these threads that get going and they go 2, 3, 4 days. I end every day. I'm looking for fresh stuff every day. So pretty much any thread that I'm involved in today, if I don't turn it off tonight, I won't, if I hear anything tomorrow, I'll turn it off tomorrow, or I'm not going to go back in tomorrow and comment on something I was involved in today. Unless I did something later at night, but that's not the point. But anyhow, just to keep this one really short, it's just focus more on what you're interested in. Quit worrying about other people. Quit worrying about what other people are doing. Don't you? I mean, I kind of remember my parents, my teachers telling me that when I was a kid and I was getting a little too nosy or into other people's business. It's like, listen, whatever these other people are eating, it ain't going to affect you, partner. You know, whether you're fully raw and you haven't eaten one bite of cooked food in 10 years, that person over there doing raw till 4 doesn't affect you one bit. So, you know, in some ways, it's like people, I think, just need to stop being busybodies and focus on what you're for. But let's translate that over into every aspect. You know, what's that purpose of debate? I mean, there are certain subjects sometime, and there is certain debate that's good and it's healthy, but most of the time it's just this little yan back and forth just to get a reaction and just to stir something up. So anyhow, just make your online experience more positive. And one last little thought is then maybe people won't be having these meltdowns where, oh, I've got to go away from Facebook, oh, I can't emotionally handle it anymore. Facebook is what you make of it. If I hear one more person complaining about Facebook or what comes up on their Facebook feed, I'm just going to start, those people I'm going to drop. No explanation, no what, because that's not intelligent. You create your Facebook feed by the people that you friend, the groups you join, the pages you follow. Everything that's on your Facebook feed is controlled by you. Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff too. So make yourself a more positive social media experience and take a little bit of this bad energy stress out of your life. Anyhow, just another silly weekend video, probably while you guys are watching this. I don't know what I'll be doing. Never know when I'm going to release these videos. But anyway, I love you guys. Peace.